The recent murder of Samantha Josephson has really caused a lot of concerns and potentially more rules from the federal government. But there are some really important safety tips that you might be missing. If you want to hear more, stay right with us. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is 4-Minute Friday. Here's what's going on in your automotive world. This week, there's been a lot of communication about safety tips for Uber and Lyft drivers and other rideshare programs. And that's why I wanted to bring this to your attention. You may be hearing about the sad death of Samantha Josephson. This was really a bad situation. However, there are a lot of tips that you must share with your friends, your family, and of course, pay attention yourself. I've been called by People Magazine, AP, on a global basis from other media sites, and they want to know what to do. Well, here's some tips that you probably may think are obvious, but you need to remind people who use these services on a regular basis, and of course, remind yourself. When you get on these apps and you ask for a car to pick you up or an SUV, it's important to stay inside until that vehicle arrives. You can track that vehicle right on your phone, and when they arrive, you know that's the vehicle. You match all that information. Seems pretty simple, right? Well, there's a lot of things that happen. In colleges, and this happened as well as with my kids' college, that there is an area for rideshare. So all the kids stand around, a car pulls up, yeah, it's supposed to be black, they get in and they go. Well, that's exactly what happened to this young lady. Unfortunately, this was a bad person, and they really didn't care whether it was a male or a female that got in this car. This was a very bad situation. So how can you help riders be smarter? Well, first off, I do know that a lot of kids that are in elementary school, middle school, and high school use ride sharing. So it's important you talk to the young people in your life and let them know, number one, you must match the license plate number to the vehicle, not just the name, but the color. Also, make sure to look at the driver. So here are some tips. Number one, get close to the car, but not close enough that they could potentially grab you. Ask them to put down their window. Ask them, who are you waiting for? Do not tell them your name. However, many young kids have their name on their backpack or on their clothing or a tag. So when they say your name, still be a little suspicious. Make sure that the vehicle color matches, the model matches, and the license plate matches. And then ask them, where are we going? They have that information. They can tell you that. Make sure the picture on the app matches the picture of the driver. Yes, I know, like many young ladies, their looks change on a regular basis. So if it doesn't look like the right person, but everything else matches, that should give you a suspicion. The second tip is enter the vehicle from the passenger side rear. Now, you will not be able to tell if the child safety lock is on because every vehicle is different, and you don't want to put it on if it's not on. So you want to make sure that if you can see it and it's obvious, that's a clue. If it isn't, you may not be able to adjust it. And if you have any doubt in your mind, don't get in the vehicle. But what this also gives you is an opportunity to glance at the driver from a different angle. Do you see anything that looks funny? And one of my total pet peeves is to see a bunch of check engine lights, warning lights on the dash, cracked windshields. I won't get in the car. It's completely unsafe. You wouldn't ride in a car like that. You wouldn't own a car like that. With check engine lights, ABS lights, all these other potential lights could leave you stranded on the side of the road. And that will lead to another problem that you don't want to address. So if you feel in doubt that this vehicle seems unsafe, close the door, cancel the ride, complain to the rideshare company. They will reimburse you the money. And if the driver gets mad, move away, run away, go away, because you don't know who's in the vehicle. This is really important. Number three, if you're in the vehicle and you get that gut feeling that says something is just not right, say, oh, there's a Starbucks there, drop me off, or a restaurant, or I've just changed my mind, I want to be dropped here. Get out of the vehicle and find another way to get to where you're going. It is better to get out of the vehicle than to have that really gut bad reaction that you're going to the wrong place. If you happen to be on the phone, whether the car shows up or you're in the vehicle, try to use an earpiece. There's tons of different ones, whether using an AirPod or a wireless or a wired earpiece. That way you can look at your phone and track the path, because the path that the driver is supposed to take is on your phone. Now, I've had this problem in New York City before where I've told them not to take me through Times Square, and they did. I complained and I got a full refund, and that was from Uber. They're very big on customer service, so that's an important factor to consider, that if they're not following the path that you tell them, that there's something wrong and you want to get out of that vehicle and find another way to get to your destination. Another important tip, if you've gotten sick in a car, if you've been belligerent to drivers, if they've been nasty to you, your rating will be low. A higher rating will get you higher rated drivers. I have a 4.9 on Uber, so when I order an Uber, all my drivers are 4.9 or higher. This is really important because if you've got a 2 rating, you're likely to get the driver who is a 2.0 because a 5 rated driver will not want to pick up a 2 rated customer. So keep that in mind. Like eBay or any other app, there's ratings, and this allows you to know that if the person picking you up has a 2 rating, you can cancel the ride and you can get a refund, especially if you're a 5 rated passenger. So these are things that you need to keep in mind. The most important thing to remember is when you were young, your mother told you, don't get into cars with strangers, don't talk to strangers, and don't take candy from strangers. And we're doing all 3. Many of these Uber drivers are saying, oh, we've got food in the car, whether it's for sale or not, help yourself, there's water. I would never touch any of it. It's just a personal thing. It's good to be cordial, but that's where the line in the sand is. They're not your friend. Also make sure if you're going to the airport, don't tell the driver that you're going to be gone for weeks on end and there's no one home, because there was just an incident where the driver went back to the house and broke in. Thank goodness they had a Ring doorbell, and because of that, they were able to see who it was and they were able to scare him away. That will not be the case for everyone. So please be aware, be smart, and don't make any bad decisions. And if that gut feeling says get out of that car or don't get in that car, follow your gut. Please have car smarts. Next week, we'll be covering the New York Auto Show. We'll be covering it from the 13th of April all the way through the 20th. We'll have satellite media tours, national media appearances, and all kinds of coverage on all forms of social media. You can check the links all here down below. Make sure to follow our team at Lauren Fix, at PaulFix3, and at the Paul Bryan. And we will look forward to getting your feedback and try to get pictures of cars that you ask for. Check out the links below for descriptions and more information on ride sharing that you can share with your friends and family. If you want to see our most recent upload, just click right up there. If you want to see what YouTube suggests, it's right down there. And you can follow us and subscribe right over here. And we'll see you next week at the New York Auto Show. Have a great day.